Hello, beautiful. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tracy, and today we're going to talk about a subject that I typically haven't really talked about on a specific video here on my YouTube channel. So, I have been dabbling in minimalism since 2016. In 2016, the January book club for Paper and Clam was the book for the book club was The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. And I remember checking that book out from the library and reading it, and it was very impactful, but it was just such an overload of information. Around the same time, I had Audibles, so I ended up downloading it on Audibles, and I listened to it, and I would pause it, and I would make notes, and all these things about it, and I'll listen to it. And since January of 2016, I've probably listened to the book maybe 2 to 3 times a year. I have always had this idea of I had too much crap. I've always kind of had the idea. I've always kind of liked my walls kind of blank and simple. I've always liked gray or like a simple blush pink or black clothes. And it's so interesting because I would go shopping with different friends, specifically one girlfriend named Gigi. We were shopping together, and I kept picking up black and white and gray. And she was like, Tracy, I just can't take it. You need some color. She was like, you don't dress to match your personality. She was like, you're very funny. You like a lot of makeup. You're loud, but you just kind of wear black, white, and gray. And I'm like, well, that's just what I feel comfortable in. And when people come to my house, even when I lived in Memphis, it would kind of throw them because I would just kind of really have blank walls. And I would do things to make other people comfortable. So I would paint my house or put random pictures up or decorate in a certain way where other people will feel comfortable when they came to my home. I've always been that way, but I've also always been very messy. Always had just a bunch of shit at my house. And for a long time, I really believed just having a bunch of stuff was a way to kind of fill the empty spaces because I tend to go long times between relationships. I don't tend to date back to back. And so I've kind of just always had just like a collection of a lot of stuff. And when I read The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, I would have to say the biggest thing about that book for me was the creation of time. One of the things the book suggests you do is you sit down and you write out how you want your life to look. And she had client testimonies in the book where the clients will talk about how after they tidied, they ended up getting divorced or getting married, starting a new business, losing weight. These things just were akin to time. I want to step back to me being a messy and a not clean and a neat person right quick. When I was super young, I was in junior high school. I kind of started getting sick. So by the time I got into high school, I was really sick. Turned out I had a condition called TMJ syndrome, and I ended up graduating from high school a year early. And I was homeschooled that last year. The last 2 years of school, 11th and 12th grade, I was homeschooled. So my mom always blamed herself for my lack of neatness because she said the time that she should have been teaching me how to clean and keep things tidy was the time that I was really sick. And so she never had the opportunity. So she's always blamed herself for my messiness. But I'm a grown ass woman now. We can't be blaming that on moms. Okay, so that book really changed the way I viewed my environment. Um, and I just thought, when I wrote down how I wanted my life to be, cleaning all day or being embarrassed to have people over or not having people over at all, none of that was on my list of things to do. So I really decided to start making a shift. And in that year, 2016, I started kind of culling things down and really grasping what minimalism means to me, which is just a space and a place of everything that you love and that everything that serves you. So that is what I have been doing for the last several years. So I've not shared any of this here on my YouTube channel, but there are a ton of blog posts. I have a blog, in case you didn't know, about about me reading the book, about what my home looked like in Memphis, about all of the things that I've been doing to cull things down. Now, the book Life Changing Magic of Tidying Up is truly an instructional manual of how you can really get things in place for your life. Just some of the things that she suggests you do, I kind of didn't have those things in my life. So I kind of got lost at certain points in the book, which led me to kind of research minimalism and find other books and other YouTube channels. And so I found the Minimalist through it, which really, really has been a huge help. And I love the Minimalist challenge. They kind of have two challenges. So one of the ways that one of the guys from the Minimalist talks about how they decided what was important in their life is that he packed every single thing in his house as if he was moving. So he just put every single thing in boxes and put it kind of in the living room. And as he went through his days, he pulled out what he needed. Like, he would pull out his toothbrush, he would pull out a pot and a spoon to cook, he would pull out a plate and a fork to eat. He would pull out some jeans and a t-shirt to wear. He would pull out his shoes, his shaving kit. And so after a period of time, what was left in those boxes, he just left in those boxes and sent it away. And he just had every single thing that he needed. Seems a little extreme. But he was also at a place in his life where he needed that extreme. So I suggest checking out the Minimalists. They're really, really cool dudes. And then I kind of read this book. Oh man, I can't remember the name of that book. I can't remember the name of that book. I'll try to pop it up on the screen here. I'll look into it because I just listened to it on YouTube over and over again. But I'll try to find it and pop it on the screen here. And if I can find the audio book on YouTube, that I'll link that in the description box below as well. So I just kind of started dabbling around with different ways of minimalism. Around the same time, I found Financial Peace University, and I found the two just really worked well together for me because I started spending my money much more intentionally, which means there wasn't just a lot of room for a bunch of random dollar store crap or running to buy this really cheap clothing item. I just kind of things started to shift for me, especially after I moved here to Nashville, and I just feel very different about the things that I have and how I spend my money, and living much more intentionally. And wearing black and white consistently feels amazing because it's actually exactly what I'm wearing today. This white shirt, and I have on some black and white shorts. But that just feels really amazing. And it's just, I don't know, you guys, it really is a calming thing for me. I don't know, maybe color overstimulates me or something. I really don't know what it is. I don't know. I do know, because I said it earlier. I was about to say I don't know why I'm drawn to minimalism, but I do know why I'm drawn to minimalism. Time. The ability to get your time back. Everything is kind of a disaster in my house right now because I did nothing last week, but I know that I can completely clean everything in 2 hours instead of spending days and days and days and days. One of the things I am actually working on this week is decluttering my bathroom. So that's something I'm going to do this week. Since we've been home for a month, I'm really, like I said, I was talking in a live the other day, and I'm like, this pandemic has really put a mirror to my face. And I was like, okay, while I'm here, while I still have probably another 3 to 5 weeks to go that we'll be in quarantine still, I'm going to truly take this opportunity and go heavy into getting rid of some things. So in November of 2019, I did the Minimalism Challenge where you get rid of an item based on the day of the month. So on the first, one thing; on the 13th, 13 things; on the 25th, 25 things. And I did it, and it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. My home was so much lighter. I did not record that. I did share it here in my community page, and I have a blog post on each and every day that I will link in the description box for you below. But for the last, probably since we've been home in this quarantine, I've been pulling things that I'm like, why do I have this? Why do I have 4 Buster's play cards? You know, the restaurant Busters where you play all the games and eat the weird food. Why do I have 4 of those cards that just literally been floating since I've lived here in Nashville? Oh my goodness, probably around the summer of the first year I lived here in Nashville, we went on a team retreat for my job, and we got Buster's play cards, and I've only been to Buster's once. The one time. And honestly, the reason I'm bringing up these 4 Buster's play cards is because I moved them around. I moved them around. I haven't thrown them away. I moved them around, and you guys, it's ridiculous to have those. And I just have, do you know how you just keep earrings because you're like, I'm going to find this other one. I'm going to find this other one. You're not going to find it, babe. Throw that one away and just start over. So I have things like that. Also, this last year, 2019, was my first time ever having a Christmas tree. And I got the Christmas tree from my coworker, so I didn't spend any money on the actual tree. She just had an extra one in her attic. Okay, so she gave it to me. I put it up. I had to rearrange my living room for this tree, and I hated rearranging my living room for this Christmas tree. This Christmas tree was so gigantic. It would cost me, I did spend a little money decorating it, but to decorate it how I envision a Christmas tree to look would cost me hundreds of dollars. And I was like, oh, we're not gonna do that. Oh, we're not gonna do that. Not for no Christmas tree for one person. No, we're not gonna do that. So I've decided to let the Christmas tree go. Also let the few things that I bought for the Christmas tree go as well. And it was just finally this weekend, Saturday, I just kind of pulled everything together, and I was like, I'm going to get rid of 100 items. I had this idea for a while, but I never could actually, I felt like I never could just actually do it. And I just thought, no, we're going to do this 100 item minimalism challenge. We're going to get rid of 100 items, which is a weird time to do it in because the Goodwill is not taking anything right now. So the Christmas tree, I lugged down the steps and put it in my back seat. I hope the police don't roll by and think it's a dead body. But like some clothes and some other things like that, some home decor items that I'm getting rid of, I'm gonna just put them in a bin and put them in my trunk. And once the Goodwill opens, those things I will take to the Goodwill, so someone can enjoy that super gigantic Christmas tree. That was just way too big for me. So I want to show you the things that I pulled together, the 100 items that I'm planning on letting go. One outside doormat that has been replaced. This is not a dead body. This is not my ex-fiance. It's a very large Christmas tree. 2 string lights for the Christmas tree and 42 ornaments. They were on the tree as well. And this really cool Christmas topper, but no, we're going to get a new tree. 4 hanging decor items, 3 decorative towels, 1 witch boot candle holder, 4 picture frames, 2 decorative pumpkins, 1 very turquoise bath mat, 3 decorative mirrors, 3 t-shirts, 1 skirt that I really like, but it just doesn't look good on me, 1 very colorful and very busy dress that I actually look really good in, but I'm so uncomfortable in it that I thought, yeah, let's just go ahead and let it go. 1 raincoat that I used to walk Blackberry in. I am so happy to be getting rid of this raincoat. 8 pair of earrings. I did not count the earrings individually. I counted 2 as a pair. 1 corn purse for the grandma inside of me that we're letting go. 1 small decorative mirror. I'm thinking that's it. 1 small decorative bowl. 5 little rocks that have inspirational words. 4 cards from Buster's. You guys, I've had these for over 3 years and I've not gone back to Buster's at all. 8 rolls of washi tape that are going to a planner friend. And can you believe I'm actually letting go of a planner? I'm doing it. So those are a really quick 100 items that I'm letting go of that are not in my house anymore because I threw some things away. And like I said, some things are in my car to be taken to the Goodwill as soon as we can go back to the Goodwill. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you just to let you know that everything looks different for everybody, right? So being a vegan looks different for everyone. Being a mom, being a dad, being a lover, being a partner, being a member of society, being a friend, everything looks different to everyone. I just want to encourage you to find that thing that works for you. I used to say this in my budgeting videos all the time. I don't believe in one size fits all. I don't believe in perfectionism. I just believe that you have to figure out what works for you, but don't give up on yourself. I feel like sometimes that's what people truly do. It's like if something is not microwaved, then they don't want to do it. They don't want to spend time on it. But hell, it took you 9 months to come into existence, unless you were premature, but it still took you some months to cook in your mom's belly, and nothing happens truly overnight that way, especially when you're making a life shift from going from a maximalist to a minimalist, and just kind of figuring out what is important for you. Like I said, the very first time I did my like Marie Kondo has you write down what you want your life to look like. The very first time I did that, it was just overwhelming spending time with my nieces and nephews and having them in my space and having my family in my space, having a lover in my space. And just since 2016, those things definitely have shifted for me. Before I left Memphis, I had Thanksgiving before my entire family at my house. It was just really one of the best days of my life, which is something before that I really couldn't do because there was just shit everywhere. And so just decide what's important for you. You know, find that thing that's important for you and make minimalism fit you. There's some extreme minimalism, and there's some people just have minimal things in certain areas. I love nail polish. My goal is to have 100 bottles. I have a place for them to be stored and displayed that it won't take up any other space in my home. I love playing with stickers in my planners, so I have a shelf where those things are housed on. And yeah, just find those things that are important to you, that you're passionate about, and create a space for you and your loved ones. And your loved ones can just be your girlfriends to come and enjoy. I hope this video made some sense. It may not have. We may have to talk about this subject again. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, beautiful.